Check, check, check. 1, 2, 2. Check. 1, 2, 2. Check, check, check. 1, 2. Let me know how it sounds. Is my voice over the music? We just shedding today. Yo, yo, yo. Let me know how it sounds. Christopher. Is my vocals over the Is my vocals over the music? Check, check. 1, 2. All right, I'm just shedding, so. All right, so. Nice. So here's the melody. Let me play it with the click. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm in E flat. So. Major 7, F major 9 over G, right? And then A flat over B flat, and then A minor 7. Let's see if I can write these on the screen. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm writing the chords on the screen. Look at that. Put that up here. That's a good spot. All right, that should be good. The app is called Ecamm Live. I'm gonna I have an affiliate link. I'm gonna put it in the description after the video. I don't really know how to do it right now, but this is a really great app. Like I can connect all my cameras to it, and they act like webcams. So I can have like as many cameras as my keyboard or my laptop will allow. So yeah, it's really dope. So, all right. So I'm gonna just shed. If y'all got any questions or what I'm doing, I'll stop. I'm gonna just mess around. change that second chord. All right. So yeah. Christopher says, what are some things you're doing in your right hand? All right. So I'm in the key of E flat. Right? So I'm kind of like using chord tones, you know. So I'm starting off. So I'm playing this A flat major 7, which is A flat, E, C, E flat, G. Right? So I'm just messing around with notes in the E flat major scale because that's the key I'm in. I'm just starting with chord tones. So like E flat is in the key, in the chord, excuse me. So I'm like kind of dancing around. Instead of going straight to that E flat, I'm doing things like this to give it a little more color. So right there, I just did the scale. But instead of playing it so straight like that, I just did a little, like a little juke move or whatever you want to call it. Right, and I find a landing note. This F is like kind of like a color tone. It's not really in the chord that I'm playing, but it's in the scale degree. Right, so I'm trying to get to that F minor 7. So I'll find a note. I'll find like a passing chord. I'll use the 5 of that, which is a C7. So I'm gonna play it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to find. I'm thinking about target notes. So my target note was E flat, right? And my next note was an E. Okay, even though that's not in the scale, but it's on the passing chord that I'm on. So. Whoop. You know what I'm saying? I'm using like the pentatonic scale and just kind of connecting notes chords and runs that I've learned, and just kind of connecting them. Hope that makes sense. All right, so. So I'm on A flat major 7. So when I get to that A minor 7, I'm thinking I'm in C. I'm going to C. So I'm playing the 6 of C major. And what I'm doing is trying to, I want to make sure that the note that I end on for the A flat over B flat chord is the same note that's in the key of C. So it sounds, so it doesn't sound wrong. So for example, now, so this E flat major and C major, they share that G. They share a couple notes, but I'm on this G, and this is just a good place to land. So now I'm in C. So this sound is called detuned squares. Got the it has some delay on it. Let me get the effects out. No, you can't. You probably can't see. It's probably too far away. But so you You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. That's really cool. I really like the sounds on this board. Hey, how you doing? Thank you, thank you. That's my sound. I call it the owl, the Q owl pad. Hey, where are y'all tuning in from? So what I like to do, I like to use like the chord that I'm on. I like to play it as an arpeggio. Washington State. Wow. So yeah, so whatever chord I'm on, I like to play it as an arpeggio. So soloing is nothing more than really just using the notes that's in the chord, really, and just finding like creative ways to get to chord tones. 2-5-3. Oh, the piano chords, yeah. So yeah, I know you probably can't see. Let me pull the board out. So I have A flat, C, E flat, G. Just regular root position chords. But I got this vibe effect over on the Nord. Can't really see the effect section because I got this Jupiter on top. Then I like to put the top note, which is G, and I like to play it on the bottom. Give it that crunch. What's a good target note to end your solo phrase? It doesn't really matter. Like it depends on the excuse me, what chord you're landing on. You know. So for example, we got this A minor 7. That's the last chord. And even though I have A minor 7, I'm not really playing an A minor 7. I'm just trying to give you guys some kind of structure. Sometimes I'll play a 9, A minor 9, A minor 11. It really doesn't matter. So I'll just pick a note in that chord. So, for example, I'll try to create a motif or a phrase. So we're on the first chord, A flat major 7. Right? So first of all, the melody was this. Next, F minor 7. A flat over B flat. A minor 7. So the constant target note in this chord progression is G. So I'm kind of always coming back home. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll just go to the mailbox, if you will, and sometimes I'll go down the street. I hope you get that analogy. That was kind of whack. So here we go. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of staying like right in the front lawn. If you kind of understand my analogy. Now I'm kind of branching away. out the key. I messed up, but I kind of masked it. You know what I'm saying? So, and then pretty much you could do anything as long as you kind of create a theme. That boy good. Thank you, man. So I'll take something like, so now if we're going back to this A flat major 7 chord, right? This chord, or at least the voicing that I have in it, dude, I don't even know what the heck I'm doing, man. I'm just firing off lower tunes. So yeah, so I had this in this A flat major 7 chord, the first chord that you see on the screen, right? This chord, the voicing that I have has an E flat major in it, right? So I'm gonna just use that, right? And I'm gonna just play that voicing, which is a second inversion triad, and I'm gonna just mess around with it, move it around. Right? Not yet. You know, sound kind of like back to the top. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, so that A flat major 7 chord, I just played a half step below it to get to where I'm trying to go. You know what I'm saying? So really, I'm not really thinking about the fingering. It's more about like, hold up. Excuse me. It's more about practicing your scales, and eventually, you'll get your hands and stuff like that ready. Like your hands will already be like able to move. You know, a lot. This is just years of just practicing my scales to the metronome. And someone asked, how did I get the metronome? The metronome is in the Jupiter. So if up here you see the it says tempo. So, and I turn the click on. So yeah. So that's how I do that. Every time I practice, I'm always practicing with a metronome. But basically, I'm just when I'm running on this E flat major scale, I'm just playing the scale using the fingering of the scale, which is 2. So fingering is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just in case you don't know, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So, or at least that's the fingering I use. You know, and once your hands become like limber and just used to moving, you have that control, that dexterity, which comes from practicing your scales to a metronome. Then you'll be able to just freely flow. All right. So, like I was saying earlier, I like to take smaller chords inside these bigger chords that I'm playing and kind of just make a pattern out of them. You know, sometimes if you create context with stuff, you can play out the key and it makes sense and it'll work. So stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Doing what you do and never giving up. Thank you. I won't give up. All right. I'm at 153. Leave space too. F minor 7. Orlando, what's up, man? So like right there, I did like a pass to that A minor 7. So I did to the 5 of A is an E, an E dominant chord. So I got this E7 sharp 5. I have the 1, which is E, 3rd, 7, sharp 9, and then the sharp 5 is right here. So now when I want to get back to that A flat, I'll play the 5 of that, which is E flat, E flat 7. And I'm just doing like the pentatonic scale. That's the go-to. Any questions? I'm just firing off. So what I'm showing you guys is going to be basically group lessons on YouTube, you know, for people that are members of the YouTube club, my club. So you have to join. The link, excuse me, is in the description. You know, I'm going to be doing group live lessons twice a month. So if you enjoy what you see right now, you know, go ahead and join. Martel, what's up, man? Met that guy in Jamaica. Awesome dude, man. So yeah. So like I was on the first chord is that A flat, and I was talking about how sometimes these chords, well not sometimes, they all these bigger chords are just smaller triads stacked on top of each other. So this chord had like a E flat major in it. You know what I'm saying? So I took that. So I just did that, right? And I just started from a lower place. I did a second inversion on B. You know what I'm saying? So I just ascended. Now I modulated up to a half step and then just descended. Modulated up a half step, ascended. Half step, descend. Up. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Crazy stuff like that. And then change the rhythm up so it creates like some interest. You know, it's really hard to play talking and with that metronome on. So yeah. So You know what I'm saying? Soloing isn't really difficult from a notes perspective. It's just all about how you can play around with the rhythm and the melodies and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and you just find out creative ways to really do that. Like I harmonized this melody. And then at the end, I switched it up with like a grace note kind of thing. You know, Mike, what's up, man? That's a delay on the top board. Hold on, let me get my sounds right. Dang. Crap. So now I have this like a sine wave on top. I'm just gonna put a delay on it. Give it that, I guess, signature Deyquan sound. So I'm just turning. Seth, what's up, man? Alter, I believe I'm saying your name right. When it comes to extension chords while soloing, how is it accomplished? Well, let me answer this. See how I can answer this without being confusing. Like, you just gotta know how to build chords. Like, chords are basically every other note in a scale. So if I'm right, so if I'm playing the 1, you skip that second note, play the next note, skip that following note. You notice that all the notes in the chords are odd numbers. So I have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, right? And it just in 11, 13, right? So if I'm playing a major 7, I'm just gonna think about the next notes in the if I wanted to continue building the chord. You know what I'm saying? So like now I have this what kind of chord is this? Oh my God. E flat minor, E flat major 7, excuse me. Now if I extend it, make it 11. Now if I make it an 11, an E flat major 11, right? I got this D diminished in here. So now if I know the D diminished scale, oh my God, I can solo in D diminished over this E flat chord because it's in the chord. Now that's out. That's kind of out there. So I kind of dibble and dabble for a little bit. Then I go back into the key. The cry, I don't even know what that is. Smooth lead over CCM chords. sus4, sus2 to the major. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Hold up, y'all. Hello? Hello? Nah, I'm good. Say hi to the live. Now you good. All right. Yep. Always got to answer the wife's call. You know, y'all married folks, take that advice. So I really love this sine sound. I put it on every single board that I have. Like, I just get a sine wave, or in this case, I have a triangle wave, and I just put the delay on there. Like, just let it just run forever. And just, you know what I'm saying? I really like that. And I use that as a transition. So, like, something like that. Messed up. This is called Speak to My Heart. So, I'm just messing around, just working out ideas. So that's what it really takes. I know a lot of times on social media and stuff, you see people's like highlight reel or best take or whatever, but you know, I'm letting you guys in on, you know, how I practice and stuff like that. You know, I have specific like goals that I'm trying to work on, you know. So like basically like when I'm practicing today, I wanted to work on connecting my my scales and stuff, and trying to like play faster but connecting the notes. So that's why I had that metronome on, and I was, you know, doing all these crazy moves and stuff like that. I just really wanted to work on that, being more confident with that stuff. So like when y'all practicing, you know, have a specific goal in mind that you want to accomplish. Don't try to learn fat chord or great. I don't even know if people use fat no more. Like these big chords, or stop trying to learn big chords, how to solo, how to create sounds all in one practice session. Like, take your time. How do you solo and improvise on the spot? So here's how you do that. Like, it really comes from building your vocabulary of chords and like different melodies, and then eventually you'll be able to piece them all together and just kind of like fire off at will. So And then now, if you learn ear training, you can uh hear the lines before. So like I'm playing this E flat major 7. So like A is kind of pitchy, but so I can hear that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You get to a point where you can hear the stuff before. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. And then kind of like figuring out how are you going to get there? And just figure out creative ways to get there. That comes with time. Some stuff is just experience. You can't dance around or try to avoid experience. Some stuff you're just not going to get until like 10 years later, or you're not going to be able to master it and really have that control. You know what I'm saying? And 10 years is probably, I just threw that number out there. You know. Oh yeah, I said in my last live stream, I'm tired of piano. And actually, to finish your question, Alter, dynamics matter. Like how hard or soft you play. So I have like these crazy practice routines, like where I play the scale without trying to make it sound. So you guys, before I answer this question, I have a join the join feature is available on my channel, and I'm going to be doing group lessons over there. So the link is in the description, and I can go like really in depth on these topics. You know what I'm saying? Just something I just can't do right now on this live with everyone asking. So take advantage of that. $10 a month, and you get 2 lessons, 2-hour lessons. So yeah, that's a good steal. So make sure you take advantage of that. But I'm gonna answer some more of these questions. So I would say, as far as any advice on practicing chord progressions, like just learn songs, like just build your repertoire up as far as learning songs, and then eventually you'll start to see like, oh, okay, oh, this chord progression I learned for song A is in song B. So like you'll start to see connections, and you're like, oh, okay, I learned this run over that chord progression. And then now every time you play that chord progression or you hear that chord progression in a song, now you'll be able to use that line. You know what I'm saying? You'll have that in your bag of tricks, if you will. And also you have to like learn it in those inversions and stuff like that. Like once you learn your progressions, say if you do a 2-5-1 in C, that's cool, but that's not how someone would play it, I actually have a 2-5-1 video teaching you how to do those progressions. So if you need to review that, go check that out after the live. What's a cool gospel feel? Honestly, I don't really think. I just kind of just fire off what's in my mind. I don't really like learn feels, if you will. It goes to what I was saying earlier. Like I've, been playing a long time and just taking all these different ideas that I've learned and just put them in my bag and then I can hear really well. I actually have perfect pitch, you know what I'm saying? So I can hear like certain uh like certain moves, and I just kind of just go there. So I apologize, Joshua, if I could probably make something up. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's just kind of your creativity. So I don't know. Put them strings on. Strings always work, or a pad. So that's like churchy, or you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Just changing the vibe. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know. You know what I'm saying? I hope you got that. King David, I love your creativity and coming up with movements. So, King David, I kind of I just listen to a whole bunch of stuff. Honestly, like I don't really listen to a lot of gospel like that. As far as like trying to learn stuff, I already play that. So, I just listen to gospel more from just like a spiritual part. You know what I'm saying? And just to stay current on what's like the latest stylistic elements of gospel. But I listen to like jazz, like ambient music and stuff like that from a sonics perspective, like as far as sounds and things like that. Like you'd be surprised, man. Like sometimes, it's just small stuff. Like even with like up here, on my Jupiter. So I have a piano sound. I'll just do something like silly and make it mono instead of poly. And now my piano sound is like a lead. Turn a legato on. Stupid stuff like that. I mean, crazy stuff like that. So, and then I'll add like a delay. I love delay. Delay is the way. Turn it down a little bit so it ain't overpowering. Can you use any song as an example? I'll try to. I don't know. Messed up. Oh, give thanks. Hold up. Oh my God. What did I just do? Michael, nah, that's not live. This is the Nord piano. Royal Grand. Oh my God, that's fire. Yo, thank y'all for pulling this out of me. Yo, I never played this before. Oh my gosh. I'm using this Sunday. Be overplaying in church. Gave you chills? Wow, man. That's big, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I already got like one lick, bro. I just love doing that. You know what I'm saying? I play a lot of different styles of music, you know what I'm saying? I play classical, a little classical. Oh my God. It's been so long. Crap. Mass silver. Yes, I practice my scales every day. So, put my metronome on. And stuff like that. And then stuff like that. Well, let me get on the click. And just go up. Now I start adding it into making it musical. You know what I'm saying? You see, I kind of snuck that exercise in there. Have your brother turn on something else, okay? No? My daughter. Oh, the Nord stage didn't sound as good as mine, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I mean, your touch and your feel has a lot to do with it. But thanks, though. I don't know, man. I just be touching stuff. I do not remember what I just played, man. Oh my God. I don't know if it was that. That's the last thing I remember. That was just a arpeggio, a C7 in first inversion. the diminished a diminished chord, a G diminished, but this is all implied as a 7, a C7. You know, so it's just like you kind of like you got to know your chords and all the extensions of the chords and what can work over these chords. Like 7 chords, I love 7 chords because if once you play that third and that 7, pretty much everything else is color. So I have C, E, B flat. I could just do anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing triads. Now I'm to the F minor. Yeah, no problem. Man, if that super chat is on there, man, go ahead and bless your boy with the super chat. It's not required though, you know what I'm saying? If you feel like it, come on, do it. If not, it's all good. Let me see something real quick. Let me go. Hold on. All right. Let me look. See what y'all saying, because it's kind of hard to read the comments. Nah, I feel you, bro. I feel you, man. It's all good. Just watch the ads, though. If you ain't got no money, watch the ads. Seeing what y'all got to say. Gotta practice that. Paco, I believe I'm saying your name correctly. Oh, that's weird. I'm watching myself as like 20 minutes behind. All right, let me turn it down. Yo, anything else? Cause your boy is hungry. What else? What other any questions you have about like runs, anything like that? As far as creativity, man, I like to just, use like instruments in a different way, you know what I'm saying? Like, piano is normally like a mains instrument. Try to like use it as a lead instrument, like making it mono. Oh, it's not mono no more, my bad. Things like that. Those chord movements you do in the right hand. I don't know. I don't. If you're talking about like the chord movements I just did, I don't even remember, man. I just be flowing, man. Like, so I have a really good understanding on like extensions on a chord. So, for example, if we're playing this minor 7, F minor 7, I know that I can play an A major 7 over that. And then now that because I'm playing an A major 7, I can play a C minor 7. And because I'm playing that C minor 7, I can play an E flat major 7. So I could do all that over this one chord. You know what I'm saying? So I have a course that I'm going to be coming out with called Passing Chord Concepts. And it's going to explain all this stuff. It's going to really elevate that y'all playing. It was really cool creating that because it actually I had to like relearn some of that stuff, like, because a lot of times I just flow, and sometimes it's difficult to like really explain because sometimes you get to a point where it's just like automatic, And when somebody was like, yo, what are you doing? I really have to think about it. It's not that I don't know my theory. Once you get to a point where you don't really think anymore, it's kind of hard to like explain. I know that was probably random. I know you ain't really. I hope that answered your question. Hey man, I'm just starting out. Yeah, theory is cool, man. Like learn your theory because it helps teach. It helps make sense of what you're doing. But theory isn't like end all be all. Like play it, like play what you feel. You know what I'm saying? Theory is just more like a guide. So, and I have a motto. You could do anything if it's on purpose, as long as it's on purpose. You know what I'm saying? So I can, since we're in E flat in this live, you know, if I'm playing this F minor 7, I'm gonna solo in D because I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna just come back out. You know what I'm saying? Because people can't, you know what I'm saying? You gotta like hit them with some dissonant and then come back in. You know what I'm saying? People can't handle all that dissonance. You know what I'm saying? So it's like kind of like, you know, hit them with a little tension and then release it. So people are like, oh, because sometimes the thing you do in the moment won't make sense until you resolve it later. And then it'll make the thing before it make sense. And same thing like the other way around. So like if you play something like normal, if you will, for lack of a better term, and then you go out, it creates the context. You know what I'm saying? F minor 7. Yeah, I read sheet music, man. I actually went to school. You know, I did like classical. I didn't start off reading music. You know, actually like learned from my pops. You know, my pops taught me No Scrubs by no, actually my pops had this DX7 and you know, he oh my god. He had I was messing around with it, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Man, if you touching my SH blank blank, you going to learn a song." So I brought my cousin over and he taught me oh my god. So when I first started off, I just learned by ear, and then I went to church, you know what I'm saying, started going to church, and then I learned by listening to the musician. And then I took lessons. I tried to get some chords from the organist. He's like, nah, you need to get lessons. I thought he was like, you know, hating or whatever. He didn't want to show me no chords, but he was telling me like, yo, man, you got to learn the foundation. So, because if I start telling you stuff, then you ain't going to understand it. And then you be like, wait, how you do that? Then I end up going back to theory when you should have just took lessons from the jump. So then I learned how to read music. Like I was like 15. I didn't see the value in it, so I quit. And then I end up, when I went to college, you know what I'm saying, and I took I did learned how to read there, you know what I'm saying. But I always knew, you know what I'm saying, my father taught me at like 5 how to read the staff and stuff like that. So I always knew how to read, you know what I'm saying. It's so important. Matter of fact, I had a gig opportunity that I had to turn down because I wasn't practicing how to read. It was I had a chance to make like $600 in 30 minutes. Dude was like, "Yo, I know you read. I need you to do a gig." And I was like, oh, "Okay." He like, "Oh, but it's sheet you got to read." And I was like, "All right, how difficult is it?" He was like, "I don't know, but You have to show up. The gig is in 2 hours. You got to show up. You're gonna rehearse a half hour before the show, and then you're gonna play the gig, get paid, and go home. And I couldn't do it because I wasn't trying to go down in flames. I was like, yeah, I'm just not prepared. And my reputation is way more important than that. So I say all that to say it's very important to learn the skill, just to have it. You know what I'm saying? Because you open yourself up to new opportunities. But reading music is only a way to hear the music. The purpose of sheet music was to record the music. They didn't have Ableton, they didn't have Pro Tools, so there was no way to record the music. So if someone wanted to hear it, they had to play it because there was no radio. That's the reason why sheet music exists. It was a way to make it tangible. So if people wanted to listen to it, they had to buy it. Now recordings come out, so sheet music isn't really necessary. People be going in about sheet music, man. But it's a good skill to learn, but don't harp on it if you don't know it. What did you practice to increase hand independence? I'm getting stuffy. So I just really practice scales, you know what I'm saying? Really just playing songs, you know what I'm saying? So just really copying what I do in each hand. Like I'm left-handed, but my right hand is naturally stronger as far as piano. You know what I'm saying? So I would like hear a piano line. Let me try to get an example. So Treasure by Bruno. Start off playing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And then play the other line. You know what I'm saying? Then once you start learning those parts, then try to see how much you can do. Like start challenging yourself in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Do you go through phases where you become attached to a particular minor key? For example, I love B flat minor at the moment. Sometimes like I still go through like times where like I like certain scales. Like I actually like B flat minor because it just feels good. Oh, that was trash. Stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I just like it, just feels good to me. So I just play it a lot because it feels good. C sharp minor. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? So that's, you know, it depends. I don't really think like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Stuff just sounds like color to me, man. Like, it's just like, what kind of vibe do I want to create? So like, I don't know. really love like A. I don't really get to playing it as much. Trash. Oh my God. My stride piano fell off. I used to. Trash, man. Oh, that was my favorite TV show. I love that show, Family Guy. What scales do you suggest I learn? Because there's a whole bunch of scales out there. Learn the major scale. That is the bread and butter, because all music, like the whole language of music, is surrounded by the major scale. The major scale. That is your best friend. Then, pentatonic scale. But once you learn the major scale, matter of fact, you'll learn the minor scale because they're the same. You know, you'll learn that relative minor. And then the pentatonic scale, which comes from the major scale. And that's pretty much your bread and butter for now. For now. Once you master those, then you just start, you know, experimenting. Like, sometimes I'll do like, because like that pentatonic scale is a chord, basically. So you have, we're in C, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, right? I'll just start stacking these pentatonic chords. So I'm gonna play an E pentatonic. It could be, it may not work. You know what I'm saying? But that's dark. Oh, thanks, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just humble. I'm a humble servant. Hey, Deyquan Tatum. Nah, chill. I'm Deyquan Fatum. Hold up. Oh my God, I can't spell my own name. I'm tripping. Fatum. Deyquan Fatum. Bang. That's that augmented chord as far as I'm arpeggiating it, and just one where the camera at? 1, 2, excuse me, my hand's ashy, excuse me. 1, 2, 4. Just arpeggiating that. Then got another Tatum joint. Good job. So, right, the scale, and then I'll just play the note. I'll play a half step under the lowest note. Woo! I'm just creating a pattern leading into the chord tone. C, E, G, B. Oh, snap. So I'm just messing around. So I just did a random chord. I did basically an arpeggio of a F major chord, F sharp major, over this E7. Right? And then that C sharp, and then I land on a chord tone, D. That's really what it's all about. Do whatever you want, as long as it's on purpose. As long as it sounds like it's on purpose, it'll work. You know? Sound like the Rugrats. Oh. Hold up. Come on. Get the steel drums going. Yeah. Oh my God, hold up. Oh my, hold up. Oh my God. Man, I'm just messing around. Do you remember a tune called Entertainer by the great Scott Joplin? I know the Deyquan version. The Ice Cream Truck song. I'm sorry. No, I don't know it. I know it. I hear it, but I don't know how to play it. All right, I'll take a few more requests or questions, and I gotta eat. I ain't eat nothing all day. I stepped on the scale and the results, and really, I wasn't really happy with the results, so I gotta do better. See, one thing about being a musician, man, I'm gonna hold you. It has a lot to do with your diet, man. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't really eating right, you're gonna be lazy, and then you ain't gonna practice. You're gonna get that good quality practice in. It's just like working out. So you gotta eat right. Random message. Show us some inner voicing. All right. Yo, that super chat button looking real lonely. You know what I'm saying? Up in that lower right hand corner. Can you please do a quick one on turnaround chords? There's no such thing as turnaround chords. So inner voicing. So we got this C. I like to do this. C, B, C, G, right? And then I'll just do something like that, like a drop 2. That's just off the cuff. I'm just messing around with the scale. What'd I do? I messed it up heavy. How long I've been playing? Let me pull the calculator out. I'm 31, man. I started really playing seriously at like 8. So it's like 22, 23 years or so. Thanks, Deyquan. You're a great player, and this is just great. What you're doing on here is great, man. I appreciate it. Deyquan, I'm a bit confused about numbers. When I start to learn more complicated chords, I get confused about how the numbers fit in it. It seems like numbers don't really matter much anymore. Yeah, well, numbers, because I was just talking to one of my students earlier about this. Numbers only work when you're in one key, right? So, and when we're in C, right? And then when you start to go away from the scale, those numbers don't work. Like, you have to shift the one. So, you know what I'm saying? What's up, dude? Huh? Good night. Love you, buddy. All right. Yeah, my kids had to go to bed. So yeah, when I'm forgot what I was talking about. Numbers only work on one in one key. You know what I'm saying? But once you start branching out of the key, like start playing stuff like that, you can't really assign a number to that. So you're like, okay, we're in E now, and we're playing the 3. So you kind of gotta, like, the numbers can be a crutch. You gotta, like, let go of those numbers and really. Oh, the brother in here. What up, Deyquan? You don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna play a song for you. Hold up. My favorite song. Remember when we bought this when it came out. Hold up. Y'all say what up to my brother. He's a good dude, man. I love that dude. All right. Remember when this song came out? Deyquan. Yeah, man. I'm gonna go live a lot more often. Remember, if you guys want to be a part of the membership, the hit the join feature. The link is in the description. Let me double check, make sure it is. And yes, it is. If you want to join the channel, I'm gonna be doing group lessons twice a month. One is gonna be more about theory. You know what I'm saying? Really like learning theoretical, really being serious about that. And then the other lesson will be more, more on stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like, okay, what you want to learn? All right, I'll show you some stuff, kind of free. All right, so it's $10 a month. More, that's very affordable. You know, lessons can get really expensive. You know, the only thing is no one-on-one lesson. You know, one-on-one interaction. So, that's one of the drawbacks of doing group lessons. But it could be more affordable. So, if y'all really serious about trying to be better, you know what I'm saying, it'll really help you in the long run to get lessons, because you don't value things that are free. Come on, that's a word. That is a word. You don't value things that are free. When you pay for it, you take it serious. All right, I'm just messing around. What metronome app do you suggest using? I have, what is it called? It's called Metronome. Duh. It's just called Metronome. Let me see if I can. Right there. My bad. The focus is trash right now. But yeah, it's called Metronome. Come on, Lord Tunes. Come on, bruh. You preaching a word. Hey, Deyquan, is college worth it for music if you're already good? It depends on the why, like why you want to do it. I went back to college and I was already accomplished. I wanted to be challenged. Oh my God, I'm so stuffy, man. Like, I wanted to be challenged in a different field. You know what I'm saying? Like, classical, man, that is a whole different world. Man, that's the next level. You think gospel is hard, or man, that classical is a whole nother beast. You know what I'm saying? And like, man, so if you want to be challenged, you know what I'm saying, and kind of like go back to the beginning stages, like when you're just like the first day on your instrument, like I would go to college. I, believe it or not, I'm a big procrastinator, so I went back to college just to finish what I started. You know what I'm saying? So that's mainly what I used it for. Like, I don't really, I'm not really using my degree or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Well, I guess I am. I am. Not in a traditional sense though. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's more like credentials, like credibility. Like, I know what the hell I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, but I'm not, you know, I just, I'm all about ownership. Like, I don't like working for people, man. So I'm like trying to create my own platform so that you know, I can run my own terms. And I suggest you guys do that too. So I hope that still all ties together, even though I kind of went off a little bit. Can you play gospel lick over 736? Nah, I ran out of licks for today. My bad, Walter. Lessons in life and in music. Love you, big bro. Love you too, bro. Experiment, Walter. Experiment with some stuff. Why C? Is that your favorite key? Fall in Love by Jay Dilla. I gotta hear that. Hold up. I play a little guitar. I'm not like the GOAT. Hold up. I was about to get off. You're gonna make me get on. Nowhere near the level of player I am on. Y'all gonna hear some buzzing. Hold up. You're gonna see me embarrass myself. Make sure I'm tuned. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't no whoop. Oh my God, still a little like not clean. You know what I'm saying? Just look. Trying to like bring what I do on the keys to the guitar. Oh my God. I'll forever be chasing after you. Oh my God. Y'all seeing me butcher this one. All right, take care. I'm about to head out too. So yeah, I'm learning guitar. I'm nowhere near the player I am on keys. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm not afraid to take the L. I'll show you guys that I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? I'm practicing this. I try to like incorporate things I play on guitar and on keys to guitar. And I listen to a lot of guitar musicians, Joe Pass, and I take his concepts and apply them to keys. All right, so but that's it though. I appreciate you guys for sticking around with me. I gotta eat and hang out with my wife. All right, see y'all. Make sure y'all, if you're not subscribed, make sure you go subscribe. Hit that join button so you can take advantage of the lessons and get the MIDI files to the other videos. All right, so I appreciate y'all. Thanks for listening, and see y'all soon. Peace.